Okay, so we're going to talk about the applications that you're going to use on your phone to access your workouts, track your workouts, and an interval timer that you're going to use for your timed workouts. So here's my iPhone, just like yours. So I'm going to scroll over. These are the two applications I'm looking for, Adobe Reader and Interval Timer. You may have a folder on your phone that I created for you that says Workout, and these two applications are going to be inside that folder. Let's go to Adobe Reader first. This is the home screen. It doesn't show much. You're going to click in the upper left-hand corner and access the toolbar, and then click on acrobat.com. It's going to show all the available folders. I'm going to go into my folder here. There's my workout. Now you'll notice your workout set up in a grid pattern. Along the left-hand side, I've got all my workouts, exercises. Right-hand side, all the notes for every exercise to coach you up and remind you of the posture that you want to take in those exercises. You can pinch and squeeze to zoom in and zoom out. You have the weeks on the top, and then down each column it's going to tell you what you're doing. 40-20 means 40 seconds of work, 20 seconds of rest. That's an interval set. 2 times 8 at the top, 2 sets of 8 repetitions. 10 to 15 breaths at the bottom. That means do those stretches, breathing 10 to 15 times nice and slow. Within Adobe, the great thing is that you can add notes under each section, under each exercise. So if you're using weight, you're adding weight each week, you can make adjustments and make notes. I typically use the 2 tools on the very right hand side, not the last one on the right hand side, 2 over from that. So the drawing tool I can draw with, and then the text tool is the one I use the most, where I can save that, move it around where I want, and make note of the weight. You're always going to be squeezing and pinching to zoom in and see what you're doing for the day. I highly recommend you come over here and look at the coaching tips that I have to make sure you're doing the exercise correctly. That's Adobe Acrobat. It's a great program for quickly accessing and tracking your workout. We'll get out of that for a second. We'll go over to your interval timer. You're going to use the interval timer on your phone to tell you when to start and when to stop. This is your home screen. Up in the middle of the screen, you see where you can pick your routine. I name my routines by what the intervals are going to be. 40-20, 40 seconds of work, 20 seconds of rest. 60 seconds of work, 30 seconds of rest. Okay, so you can edit your routines, obviously. One key point to note is that if I go in here and I want to edit it, I can't edit the 40-20 right now because it's selected on the screen. So if I want to edit the 40-20, I have to first go to the 60-30, then I can click edit, and now the 40-20 is available for editing. I don't want to edit it just yet. I want to make another note here. The routines are by default set up with a warm-up cycle of 10 seconds, this yellow screen. I usually don't like to start up with the warm-up. I'll just press start on my phone, and I want it to be on the high interval. You can leave the 10 seconds on there or take it off. I'm going to show you how to take it off along with a couple other editing tips because you're going to be creating new timers, and this is a good way to learn how to do that. So I can't edit it right now because it's selected, so I need to select my 40-20. Then I'm going to click edit. If you'll notice in the upper right hand corner with the plus signal, that's how you add new routines. Right now I want to edit the 60-30. I'm going to touch the blue eye in the right hand side of the screen. There we go. Now I can edit this bad boy. I don't want the warm up, so I'm going to click on the warm up and make it down to 0. I'm going to go back. You see warm up cycle is zeroed out. Now we'll go down to interval cycle. This is where you make all your edits for your cycles. Don't click on complex. We won't ever need that. We'll just keep it simple. Click on interval cycle. Number of sets, I always leave it at 30 or beyond so I can just keep doing the exercises for as long as I want. And I don't have to reset the timer during my workout. If you look below, you have low intensity and high intensity. Low intensity is your rest sets, high intensity is your hard sets. I like to start with my high sets first. Most people do. They get into their workout and go hard first. So high, low, you can switch it however you want to do it. Then you click on duration. And what if I want to make it 5 more seconds? A minute 5. Or maybe I just want it to be 20 seconds. And I've set the duration there. Then I go ahead and set the duration of the low intensity. Maybe I only want it to be, maybe I want it to be 20 as well. And then you can set different sounds for alarms and buzzers and things like that. And I'll save that. And if I wanted to add a new routine, I can give it a name. How about 40-15? I can take out the warm-up and the cool-down portions. Can get those zeroed out. I would go in and set it to 30. And so on and so on. I can save that. Now I've got 3 routines. I'm going to be done. Maybe I want to use my 60-30. And see that warm-up cycle isn't there anymore. And you can click through and preview your cycles. Oh, I changed this to 2020. Forgot about that. And you click start. And once it gets through there, you can pause it if you need to. You can reset it by just hitting discard. I'll go back. I hit the stop button on the right hand side, discard, and it'll reset everything. So there's your Adobe Acrobat to access and track your workouts. And then your interval timer to actually do your workouts. And those are 2 great tools to keep you motivated and doing well in your workouts.